Hi everybody, happy Valentine's Day. We have recipes for the sweet life, and whatever that means to you, we have got it covered with two delicious desserts. So I am going to start with a brownie walnut sundae for two. Now this brownie is specifically great for those who are managing their blood sugar, maybe have diabetes. So we are starting with some lower sugar chocolate options. And the way to achieve that is by veering towards a really dark chocolate or certain baking chips that have no sugar added. So that's what I have melted here. It's about 4 to 6 ounces. And when you're making brownies, you want to make sure you are focusing on that chocolate part to get a lot of your moisture, because the cocoa powder, if you're using that as your main source of chocolate, that's how you get a dry brownie. So we don't want to do that. What we do want to do though is to our chocolate, we are going to add 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt. And this is going to not only add extra moisture, but it's also going to add some protein, which is also going to help with the blood sugar management, which is great. Now I am going to add a little bit of vanilla extract, which is a great way to add flavor to diabetic friendly recipes, since you're getting the vanilla flavor, but you're not adding any sugar. This is really nice too if you use orange extract, almond extract, great way to add flavor, but no sugar. So we're doing about a teaspoon of that. And then I'm just going to mix that in together as our liquid portion. So we are making a brownie for 2, and we are going to cook it in a cast iron skillet. So this is not a recipe for an entire batch of brownies, just in case you were thinking, that doesn't look like a lot. All right, so let's move to our dry ingredients. I have 1/3 cup of flour, and then I am going to add 1/4 cup of monk fruit sweetener. Now, replacing the sugar in your brownie with a sugar substitute such as this, which is derived from plants like a stevia or a monk fruit like this one is, those are 2 words to look for when you're trying to bake with a 1-to-1 substitution and keep those sweeteners in control. Then I am going to add a little bit of cocoa powder, about half of this, roughly a tablespoon. Again, I really don't recommend doing a ton of brownies using the cocoa as your only form of chocolate. That's going to make them dry. And then I have a little bit of baking powder, baking soda, and salt. And we are just going to, let me switch to my spatula, and we are just going to mix that all together until it is combined. And that is going to be the brownie part of our brownie sundae. So you just want to fold it all in until it starts to look almost like a chocolate Play-Doh. And you could always, if you're really into the chocolate, you can melt even more and have it on the side. And you really are just waiting for that ratio to be correct. And then after you've mixed it all together, I have these cute little cast iron dishes. You can pat it into the cast iron, cook it for about 20 minutes at 350, and you have this beautiful brownie in your little cast iron, which again, for Valentine's Day, this presentation is super cute. So now we get to the fun part of making it into a sundae. Now, if you want to make it into a little bit of a hot fudge type banana split sundae, I do have some bananas here. If you really are trying to watch your sugar and you don't want to add this part, it's up to you. It's your sundae. You can do what you want. So I'm just cutting some of those bananas on there. And then I have this Greek yogurt chocolate ice cream frozen yogurt treat, which is wonderful because, again, we have that ingredient in the Greek yogurt, just like we use in our brownies, which is really helping us to manage the amount of sugar while still being able to have something enjoyable. Whoop! I'm going to pour that over. I'm not a master at the ice cream scooping. I have to say, I'm usually just going into it with the spoon, which you definitely can do with this ice cream because of that added protein and lower sugar. All right, a couple of scoops there. Let me just wipe my hands off and finish this up with some 0 sugar whipped cream. You can also use the monk fruit sweetener and heavy cream and whip it yourself. We have a really great mousse recipe that does that as well if you're looking for something a little bit fancier for your sweet one. And there you go, a wonderful brownie sundae for 2 that you've made with lower sugar ingredients. Now I'm going to move on to talking about baking substitutes for those with allergy-friendly concerns. So I have a sugar cookie dough here that we use a lot here at ShopRite for those of us who have those allergy needs. It uses gluten-free flour. It uses our dairy-free butter, which is a staple in my house as someone with a dairy-free person in their house. So all those substitutes work really well. And because it's a sugar cookie recipe and you're not looking for it to expand too much, since we're going to shape it, it's something that doesn't require an egg substitute. We just use milk to bring it in together. So I'm just going to roll my dough out. And then we are going to cut it into some heart shapes. Now with this one, what I like to do, we're going to use two different shapes. We have one heart and then one tiny heart that we're going to do. Poke that out. Poke that out. Whoop. And then we need one regular shaped one. And we're going to do this like a sandwich cookie. I am making it very Valentine's Day. So you have your two hearts, and when you bake them, I'm going to move this out of the way so I could show you. So when you bake them, here are the two parts of your sandwich. Now I have some strawberry preserves, and we are going to spread them on the full heart. You can definitely use raspberry too. I'm just going with kind of the strawberry because I'm thinking chocolate covered strawberries. We're just going to spread that on there. Now, if you want to, you can also dip the top in a melted chocolate and do like a chocolate covered strawberry, but I'm going to keep it simple and just do a little bit of powdered sugar on the top. Then we sandwich them up. Lovely. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of that powdered sugar on top. And there you go. If you visit ShopRite.com and go to our recipe shop, you can get the full recipe for that allergy-friendly sugar cookie dough. And I'm telling you, it is such a staple in my home. It's delicious, and it's great for school, for friends. And as someone who has someone in their family with those allergies, or if you have someone in your family who has certain dietary concerns, I think one of the kindest things you could do for them is make them something that shows you know them, that you care, and that came from you. So I hope you enjoyed these recipes for the Sweet Life, our brownie sundae for two, and our heart-shaped allergy-friendly sugar cookies. Again, make sure to like and follow for more.